Hello, hello. This is Lisa Marie on the Lisa Marie Show. I am really excited to have the Sweetness with us here this morning, calling in from the UK, London, and we're going to have a little chat about her music, her band, the journey, and any and everything that you possibly want to know, or what she wants to share anyway. All right, let's go ahead and bring her to the microphone. The Sweetness, how are you this morning?
Hi, I'm very well, thank you. Thank you for having me. How are you,
Very
Queen?
I am good. I am good. Busy, busy, but always have time to stop for an amazing artist like yourself. I love your music. I've been listening to it for the last few days or so. I think it's great.
Oh,
Sounds
wow.
great. Great voice. It's amazing. So I just want to give
Thank
you
you
thumbs
so
up as
much.
far as
Thank you
my
so
side.
much. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, man. I really do.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. So for those of you that don't know the Sweetness, why don't you go ahead, do me a favor, give us a little background profile, just kind of tell the listening audience a little bit about you.
Okay, well, I'm a singer-songwriter from East London, which is a little area in Newham in the UK, and I've been singing mostly all my life. I started very young. It's a tale like many, many singers. I started in the church choir, and that's where I kind of honed my talent. I always kind of had a real passion for singing and for writing lyrics and poems and poetry from a young age. And my dad kind of encouraged me, and he was the one that said, you should join the choir because that will help you to, really hone your skills. So that's where I started. And then it wasn't until I got to about 18 because I had to give up the choir because of my studies, because I was at school at the same time and I was doing my exams. And then later on in life, when I got to about 18, I was lucky enough to join a youth centre, and a lot of my friends and the young people that attended the youth centre at the time, we all made a collective of artists, singers, rappers, producers, and they were the kind of people who were the first ones to encourage me to go to the studio and record my first song. That's how it all started. That's how it all began. And once I got in the studio and recorded that first song, that was it. I was addicted. So yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's where
Okay. Very nice. So just so everybody knows how to follow you and listen to some more of your amazing music, go ahead and drop your social media information.
Okay, cool. So you can find me on Instagram. Mainly, I post everything that I do on my Instagram account. So it's at Sweetstagram, and that's spelled SWEETN. Sorry, I'm spelling my name then. Sorry, we'll start again. So it's at SWEETZ. Wait, Sweets, and then TAGRAMM. So that's Sweetstagram. My actual artist name is The Sweetnezz. So it's SWEETNEZZ. And if you just type that on Google, I should come up. My Facebook is The Sweetnezz. My YouTube is The Sweetnezz. I'm on Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, Deezer, Amazon, all of the places where you can find music. If you type The Sweetnezz in, you should be able to find me, and I'll come up. And my logo is, at the moment, it's got the pride colours because I am a member of the LGBTQI community. So, yeah, once you see the pride colours and you see the Sweetnezz logo, you know it's me.
All right, beautiful. Yeah, that's good to let us know, because a lot of times you're typing in names, and sometimes people have the same names, so you don't know, is that the right one? Is it this one over here? So.
Yeah, it does get confusing, especially when people have the same music name, artist name on Spotify and Apple and stuff, and you have to go and get it like added to your artist history and stuff like that.
Right.
So that's why I always try and specify to people that my name is The Sweetnezz and it's with double Z's. I don't think there's anyone out there that spells it like me. So.
Okay, very cool. Do you have any shows coming up live where you're located anytime soon?
I will be performing at Summer Settings Festival, which is taking place, I think, next weekend. Let me just double check that for you. I'm on my Instagram now, so I can just get up the information. My memory isn't always the best. So it's Summer Settings Festival, and it's on the 22nd of July, and it is going to be at the Ravensbury, which is let me get the postcode up for anyone who might want to come down. Where are we now? Let's Google it. Yeah, so that's an amazing festival that's been put on by London Hot Radio, DJ Sin, and he's the man behind it, organising it all. And they've got a bag of DJs, playing all different types of music and also a bag of different artists performing, including myself. So, yeah, it's going to be an amazing event. If you go on my Instagram, the information's there and the number to call to get. So it's in Croydon at the Ravensbury, and the postcode is CR44JA, just for anybody who might want to come down.
Okay, very nice. Let's see. So who would you say are some of your musical influences?
I think I was very heavily inspired by all of the really big divas of, the 90s when I was growing up, because I grew up in the 90s. I was an 80s baby, but I was a late bloomer because I'm 86. So I grew up in the 90s, and I got the tail end of the 80s. So, I mean, I used to listen to the likes of Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston, Chaka Khan, the list goes on, Robin S.
Okay.
All those types of women kind of really inspired me, and I mean, I was obsessed with Mariah Carey when I was a kid growing up. So everything she did, I wanted to copy it. So the first song I learned was Hero, and once I knew the words to that, you couldn't shut me up. I was singing it all the time. I mean, now as a young woman, I think a lot of the women my age that are in the music industry, that are in the scene at the moment, I take a lot of influence from them as well. Some people like Sinead Harnett, Mahalia, Georgia Smith, I kind of feel like we do have a lot of similarities. And obviously, I have a very soulful R&B voice, so when I hear them Sinead Harnett slow R&B tunes, I can't help but jump on it and cover it. Do you know what I mean? Because that's a bit of me. So yeah, I think I take a lot of influence from a lot of different areas, but mainly the big powerhouse vocalists are what I used to copy a lot of when I was a kid. So yeah, that's where it all began.
Okay. What would you say, so if you had to think about, in a couple years, 2 or 3 years, where would you like to see yourself musically, or if there's other things you might be touching within the entertainment industry?
I think for me, I would like to have maybe be able to be going on tour by then, and, maybe tour the UK, tour a bit of Europe, to bring my music out there, and maybe have an album to promote at the time when I'm doing that as well. That's what I'm doing at the moment. Basically, I've released 3 house singles this year during lockdown. So I've been working, and so I'm working on some new stuff as well. And so, yeah, I think it would just be nice to, be able to go on tour, take my music, out into the world. So, yeah, the rest of the world will be able to hear it. And, yeah, it would be nice to just meet other people and have that kind of experience, like a proper tour or a tour bus. Yeah, that would be good.
Absolutely. How is it for you? I know for me as an indie artist, I've been an indie artist a long time, but I do other things as well, like radio. I have my own TV show. So there's a lot of different things I have my hand in. But overall, what is your experience as an indie artist? Has it been great? Was it what you would have expected? What's your experience?
Interesting question. I mean, I think a mixture of both. Like you said, I do find it hard because at the end of the day, everybody knows the music industry isn't an easy industry to be in or to work in. And it's especially nowadays, it's about being in the right place at the right time and being seen by the right person at the right time. Do you know what I mean? And that's not always, you can't always do that. Do you know what I mean? Especially because everybody's fine now. And you know what I mean? So it is a good idea to kind of have other outlets and other things that you can do that you spend your time on, so that you don't sort of it does get hard. But for me, I think I've had a mixture of experiences, like for example with certain managers that I've had in the past, things have happened, but I think I've always stayed true to myself, and I've always had the end goal in mind, and my dream and what I want and where I see myself and where I'm going. I always keep that in mind, and that keeps me focused. So overall, my experience has been good. I mean, things aren't always going to be what you expect them to be in life. Do you know what I mean? And, you have to make the most of it, I think. But overall, I think my experience has been good, and I've learned a lot. I mean, I'm in my 30s now, and I started doing this when I was a teenager. So I've learned a lot, and all the experiences that I've been through have shaped me as an artist, and I have to thank all the people that I've come across through this journey for that, good and bad. So.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. What motivates you? I know for me, there are certain things that just keep me driven and keep me motivated. If I had to ask, what are the top things that motivate you every day? What would those be?
The drive that the notion that I need to do this. Like I have to sing. You know what I mean? Like I get up in the morning and I'm like, right, what am I gonna do today? Like, you know, and like my ultimate goal is, you know, to be able to wake up one day and be able to say to my mum, look, we can buy this house, and you know, not and just be able to give her back everything that she's given me in my life, you know,
Mhm.
as a
Mhm.
child. And so that is what drives me. I think that's the main thing that drives me, being able to one day, you know, pay my mum back and to live comfortably as well,
Right.
from my career and from my artistry. So yeah, that's definitely the number one thing that drives me. And also my
Okay.
passion, like if I wasn't
Right.
passionate about singing and writing and making music, I wouldn't do it. Like you have to be passionate about it and you have to love what you do. Otherwise there's no point, I think, in life.
Absolutely. That's true. That's absolutely true.
Yeah.
So, what I usually do when we, finish an interview, I usually end it with your music, and I'll do that. But before I do that, is there anything that you would like for us to know that we don't already know in the conversation we've just had?
Um, I don't think so. I can't think of anything. You put me on the spot.
Okay, no worries. It's funny how people have said that to me before. It's like I think about, news reporters that ask you that question. You're like, okay, give me a minute. Let me think
Yeah.
about that one. So I wasn't trying to do that, but that's kind of funny. So no worries at all. What I'm going to do, the good thing about being on the show is because I have my hands in so many different platforms, I'm going to edit this, make it nice, and I'm going to put it on all of my platforms, including my Roku TV platform as well. So people will get to, yeah, they'll get to learn about you, know about you. I'll put your music on there, and this is just, another door or introduction to people, for people to hear you and what you're doing. And interestingly enough, as far as overseas in London, I am tentatively planning a some sort of concert over there. I've got Mimsy who's actually going to help me find some, different venues or whatever. But I might be doing some shows over there next year.
Oh, wicked. That would be great. It would be lovely to meet you and come
Yes,
and see you perform. Can't wait for that.
absolutely. I might just grab you on to pull you up on stage and have you do a couple of songs with me or
Yeah.
something. We'll see.
That would be
Yeah.
great. Actually,
Yes.
saying that now that I've had time to think, so I would like to say that the listeners should listen out for something, a little taste of something different from the Sweetnezz, because I've teamed up with an Afrobeat artist
Mhm.
and we're writing a song together. So that's soon coming. I'm not going to say when, but yeah, look out for that.
Okay. I'm finding, and I've done them before, but more and more for me going forward, I'm really trying to do a lot of collaborations and not with the traditional people in my lane. I'm looking to do collaborations with people outside of my genre in order to
Yeah.
grow a fuller audience. That's kind of what my path is. And so that's the way to go. I mean, I've seen that, and if you do it right with the right people, it can be absolutely amazing.
Exactly. Yeah, 100% Queen. I agree with that.
Yes, for sure. Well, it has been a pleasure talking to you today. Again, when we finish up, I'm going to lead out with your music. Like I said, I've had your music in my ear for a few days, just leading up to the interview, just kind of hear your sound, and you sound amazing. And I wish you well on everything that you do, and keep doing what you're doing. I think it's absolutely beautiful.
Oh, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much for having me. I really, really appreciate that. Lots of love to you over in the US and all your listeners. And thank you for having me once again. Have a beautiful day.
Okay, you too. This is Lisa Marie on the Lisa Marie Show with the Sweetnezz, and we're going to end with a little bit of her music, Love Letter. Have a good Sunday, everybody, and we'll talk to you next time. Peace.
Bye.